Hey everybody, I'm Glenn,
And I'm Xander.
and together we are Fun King 3D. Today we are unboxing our Anet A8. Alright, so our Anet A8 arrived out of China, finally. I say that it wasn't really that long, it was only about 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I think about 2 weeks. It hung up in customs for a little while.
Yeah.
In fact, it sat there for about a week, and surprisingly, as soon as I emailed the shipping company, the next day it was on the move again. So, but we are absolutely excited because we started this channel to be a 3D printing channel, and this is officially our first actual 3D printing related video. So we are stoked, and we are excited. It's our second ordered printer, but our first to arrive printer. We're still waiting on our Prusa i3 MK2S. But I'm excited to have this too. So I only bought this because one of the other YouTubers that I follow, Nilla bought one and talked about how great it was. So Nilla, if you're watching this, it's your fault that I bought this. It better be good. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and cut the tape. I offered to let Xander do this, but he does get still a little shaky with the razor knife. Go ahead, tell the people about how when the mailman arrived.
So when the mailman arrived, they rung our doorbell and we were just running down the stairs.
He was running down the stairs.
I was running down the stairs. I quickly opened the door and then picked up the box and say, I get first touch.
Yeah, so he's bragging that he was the first person to touch the box. So I told him, I said, the scary part is when we open it, it's really just going to be a big bag of sand in there that we got taken. So, all right, so it looks like, I should let you guys know this came from GearBest. There will be links in the description for it. Also, I'll show you the GearBest page. If you go to our website, funking3d.com, and you scroll down almost all the way to the bottom, there's a link right here to the Anet A8. In fairness, this link is an affiliate link. If you buy this, we get credit for you buying it, which is exciting to us. It helps support the channel. But anyway, if you click that, it'll take you right into the GearBest page, and there it is, currently at $163.99. It does have free shipping, which is awesome. You can get priority shipping, which brings it in 3 to 7 business days, which I'm not sure how that works. I don't know how they get it through customs that fast, but I wasn't willing to pay $38 to have it come faster. I did the 7 to 12, and it took more like 14. But again, whatever. It's here. So we're excited. So the first item is this lovely piece of styrofoam. I'm not sure what to do with that, so we're just going to toss it over there for right now. Let's see if we go here. Maybe. Oh, you know what? Let's do this. Let's go to the overhead. Let's go to the overhead shot. But yet you can still see us, up there in that. So, not that you really want to look at us, right? I mean, you didn't come here to watch us unbox the Anet A8. You came here to watch the Anet A8 being unboxed. So, in fairness, you still got to look at us, though. All right, so looks like we got a pretty good assortment of things. That's the main upright. Paper's got a little gouge in it. I hope it's not. In fact, a couple of them do. I hope the acrylic isn't messed up. And when we do our build video, I'm going to go ahead and pick all this paper off of here before we do the build video. So, because there'd be nothing like watching 10 hours of us picking paper off of the acrylic. The belt, which I've heard the belts are really lousy on this, that they're more plasticky than they are rubber. So, but we're going to build it with all the factory parts. We're going to get it running as it comes from the factory. Give it a fair run you know, maybe 50 hours or 100 hours, and then we'll review it, and then we'll start to upgrade it a little bit. A USB to SD card reader that we can transfer files over to it. A USB cable. It's funny, these blue USB cables, like if you order the cheap Arduinos and stuff out of China, you always get the blue cables. I don't know. That's like a hot thing for China, apparently. We got a fan. All right, this is the Anet main board. That is a 100% sealed bag, so I don't really want to crack that open. Set the focus on this camera just a touch different. Oh. So that's your standard main board. It's got screw terminals down below. I don't want to break that bag open yet, just because of static. Sorry if that crackling's really loud. Actually, pretty decent packaging. Take this out. I'm gonna go back to the overhead shot. These parts are just kind of willy-nilly chucked in here. Can you even see in the box short pants? So that's all acrylic plexiglass with paper on the outside of it. Looks to be about 1/4 inch on the main pieces and 3/16 on the little pieces. Oh, I forgot I hadn't dug this out yet. Styrofoam does not lend well noise-wise to streaming. Give me just 1 second. I'm gonna mute this and I'm gonna pull this out. There we go. That way you didn't have to suffer through that awful squeaky. By the way, if you haven't watched our Hotbox series, check out our Hotbox series. I'm using the Hotbox right now for skipping. In fact, you can see it right here. You can see 2468. I've come up with a new design. There's going to be a Hotbox version 3. It's going to allow you to have 4 different Hotboxes in one. All right, so that's the controller. That's the screen. And the push buttons, which I've heard that the push buttons on this are problematic, and that the dial knob on an A6 is better. But I really wanted to do the A8 based on recommendations again from 3D Printing Noob and Vanilla Bean both have said good things about it. So it's really on you guys if it doesn't work. I'm kidding. All right, I'm gonna pull this. I'm gonna pull this main foam out. I'm gonna go ahead and mute it again just so that you guys don't have to hear this. All right, so I'm gonna set this back behind. It should be noted too that a couple people have opened this box upside down. For whatever reason, they put the shipping label on the bottom side of the printer, and the labels on the side are upside down. So if you buy one of these, there's a good chance that you're going to want to open it upside down. But if you look at the Anet marking, open it that way. Make sure it says Anet the right way up. Otherwise, everything's going to end up all over the floor. All right, so you know what? I think I'm going to take this next tray out of here. Like this. Let's go back to the overhead. I really like that overhead camera. It's very useful. All right, so looks like just end stop wire or end stop switches. Maybe the heat bed wiring. Oh, I bet that's the wire from the power supply. A very large, heavy bag of hardware. That is a scary amount of screws and nuts and bolts. How does that make you feel, Xander?
Lord help me now.
It looks like we got the bearings in this compartment, which I love the way that these bearings are mounted. They're actually in an aluminum block, which, you know, threaded aluminum sucks, but as long as you're careful putting it in, it'll be all right. But that is slick. That's really a slick way to do it. Almost like an upgrade. You would think that there would be cheaper ways, plastic, but nope. All aluminum housing for the bearings. More acrylic parts. The bearing assembly that's about to fall off of. That is, I believe that's the one that goes on the very front for the bed. The belt rides on that. I'm tempted to take these parts and put them, like, take these acrylic parts and put them with those acrylic parts, but I don't want to jumble anything up. All right, we got our power cord, which is a standard US power cord. I did specify when I ordered it, but I've heard stories of people not getting the one that they ordered. A couple blocks that broke out of there. All right, this is the bed frame, and I'm going to note it to you right now that I've been told multiple times that in the instructions it shows it being mounted like this. It does not. It mounts like this. Apparently it helps to line the belt up better, so might as well make note of that now. And then our heated bed. That is tiny. Again, credit going out to Nilla Bean, Nilla 3D. On his build, he had talked about the soldering job on that thermistor, and I got to say, his didn't look as good as mine. I've got a pretty good. I can set the focus on that. Ooh, no, not that far. Yeah, there you go. It is a tiny, tiny little soldering job, but mine actually looks pretty decent. So we'll check this bed for flatness during the assembly, because I've heard that a lot of people have also gotten beds that were warped in the middle, a little bit low in the middle, but that's it's an aluminum bed. It's got some kind of tape on it already. I wouldn't print on that, but I know a guy who put a PEI sheet on his, so I might copy that, but we'll see. Comes with a nice little pair of side cutters, and if you haven't caught my other videos, I talk greatly about flush cutting side cutters, because when you're cutting off zip ties, it always leaves that little scraggly end that will tear your hands up. They're really nice. I won't say it was worth the price of the printer, but these are pretty nice. Oh, the infamous screwdriver. Boy, that thing is like oh, it's garbage. It is. Feel that. That I don't know if I would put this in my kids' toolkit. It's so bad. But apparently, if you pull, yeah, it's both. It's both a Phillips and a standard flat screwdriver, and it just flip flops in the handle. Terribly cheesy, but again, we didn't buy this for the tools. We bought it for the 3D printer. There's the bed wiring, and then a small Phillips screwdriver, a wrench, and a few Allen keys. I've watched a lot of assembly videos for the Prusa, and the tools they send are halfway decent. These, they're I'm gonna tell you right now, they're pretty trashy. Those side cutters were the only thing that was nice out of that. But so have some tools ready when you go to do this. All right, now this bottom box I'm assuming, yeah, it's got to be the last. It's heavy. I'm not going to lift it out of there. It's all the threaded rods. Threaded rods. The smooth rods. Which I want to roll those on the table and see how flat they are. A ton more of the acrylic parts that need to have the paper taken off. We got our night set. It's Friday night when we're recording this. Nothing like sitting home picking paper off acrylic on a Friday night. Just like my childhood. All right, so the infamous fan nozzle. It's supposed to make a lovely whistling sound. Mine, I don't know if mine will, but apparently as the fan blows through that, it whistles. It's not supposed to do that, it just happens. Oh, and there's the fan that it goes in. We have the upright already with the bearings installed. Yeah, I mean they've actually put some of the parts in there for you, which is kind of cool. A little bit of pre-assembly. The different stepper motors. Oh, sorry, you guys can't see what I'm doing. That was fun. Let's go back and try that again. So these are they have some pre-assembly done on them. Can you see them now? I don't know, maybe I had them up high enough for you guys to see earlier. Hey, you know, we're only human. Sometimes we make mistakes. The fans. The steppers, which look like they are actually labeled. Can't get them out of the foam though. Oh, there we go. Yeah, that's labeled X motor. So they are labeled. And the Z's already have the couplers on them. I may not be able to get these out of here. Bear with me for a second, folks. I'm not even sure if there's a spot on here I can grab. Yeah, I don't want to damage those couplers. I'm not going to pull them out of there. The extruder motor. Hot end nozzle. Let's unbag this. I understand that a lot of this is already pre-assembled, but yet then you end up having to take it apart to do some other stuff to it anyway. So I'm not sure why they even pre-assemble it. But this is the nozzle. Oh, it didn't come with a ruby nozzle. Just kidding, those are like $80. Half the price of this whole printer. Cable wrap, some zip ties, cable management type stuff. And I have to assume that this box in the middle is the power supply. So I was going to say it's probably the weight of this, but it doesn't weigh much. It's got to be those stepper motors that's so heavy. Yeah, and that's the power supply. And we're going to go ahead and check it right now. because it is on 220. Now, everybody freaks out. Oh, 220, 220, make sure you switch that switch. If you are in the United States and you plug this thing in with it on 220, it cuts the voltage down to 60 volts. If you have it set to 110 and you plug it into a 220 line, it's going to cook your stuff. So, but make sure you set it anyway. But yeah, if you have it set to 220 and you put it into a 120 line, it's not, it's going to run everything low. But yeah, if you have it set to 110 and you put it into a 220 line, then you're done. You're going to need a new power supply and maybe new electronics overall. All right, I'm going to get this box out of the table, or off the table. That's a big bag of hardware.
Yeah, that scares me.
What do you think so far?
Oh, I'm excited.
All right, so I want to unpackage these smooth rods. I hope that that was sufficient for the unboxing. I mean, there's a lot of unboxing videos out there. I just wanted you guys to see the way it's packaged. And overall, I would say that they packaged it pretty nice. I could hear stuff rattling around in the box, but I think it was these actually rattling against each other. And these are just wrapped up in saran wrap. There you go. Try not to make too much noise as I lay these down. I'm going to mute it for a second. Yeah, that would have been excruciating to anybody wearing headphones. All right, so there are 2 long, 4 short. I thought there was 3 different sizes, but that might be in the threaded rod, so. It seems to have a little, now that's rocking back and forth. Got a little bit of a bend to it. Not bad, but that one seems a lot better than this one. That one seems pretty good. We should probably try them sideways like this too, because I guess it could be my table. Yeah, not bad. They're fairly don't bang them together. Yeah, they're actually fairly flat. So at this point, I have to say that I'm pretty impressed. That's the threaded. I'm fairly impressed. Everything looks like it's packaged well. I know that there's a few catches to these printers. We're gonna do assembly videos in each section so that you guys can see as we put it together. And I know there's a ton of other assembly videos out there, but you know what? I've watched a whole handful of them, and you learn something different from each one, so it doesn't hurt to make and have another one out there for you guys to watch. Plus, you know, nobody else has Xander building theirs, so that's something we got. That's something we got on everybody else. I guess that's it for the unboxing, because there was nothing else in the box. But now comes the long process of building this thing. We're excited. I want to see it put out some plastic. We've already got big plans for it. We want to print the box for the hot box, because as for right now, the hot box is still in a cardboard box, but it works well. And again, if you haven't watched that series, that is a very handy little box. So and the new one, which I got some more parts coming for, the new version uses all the same stuff as this one. It just adds a rotary selector switch, a few more headers. I'm also adding a reset switch to the board, which I'll explain all that in the new video. But yeah, we can't wait to print the enclosure for that, so that it's official. You got anything?
No.
Yeah? Excited?
Yes.
It is time. It is time for us to start 3D printing. So, but I guess first we've got to put this monster together. So we hope you'll join us through that assembly process. We were going to do it live stream, but I don't think so. I think we're just going to record it. So, but you won't know that. You'll just be watching it, and everything will be great. But we are here. If you have questions, please hit us down in the comments. If you like what we're doing, hit the subscribe. If you want to be updated to new video releases, you have to subscribe, and then you got to click that little bell now. Otherwise, you don't get notifications. If you like what we're doing, it's this. If you don't like what we're doing, it's this. But give us a thumbs down. Please take a couple extra seconds. Leave us a comment. Let us know what you didn't like or what we can do to make it better. Right? Because we can only get better with your guys' input, and we are here for you. One more time, if you want to see that that gear vest, it's affordable. It really is. It's really an affordable unit. So, oh, you know what I noticed? They didn't send us any filament. We did not get any filament with this. So, so thanks a lot, Anet. You cheated us. Could have at least given us a little sample. But luckily, thanks to MakerBox back there. Whoa, there it is, MakerBox. We have some test filaments that we can run through there, and we've got some other filaments coming anyway. So thanks. Like us, subscribe to us, hang out with us, send us emails. Check out funking3d.com. We just launched a new website, and as always, print on.